Hey y'all. First episode, drunk cooking. A little bit tipsy right now. But I gained the confidence to record myself, so that's what's gonna happen. Boom. Don't mind me, I'm just washing the cutting board real quick. What we're gonna be making today is missing ingredient mapo tofu. It's not gonna be extremely traditional, but I'm working with what I got here, you know? Yeah. Alright. I don't know, people do that. People just like cut out all this random crap, you know? I'm really only wiping down the bottom because it's gonna be used to cut shit. So I don't really see the point of wiping down the top. It's gonna be dirty and washed again. Boom. Okay. My area is not entirely clean. Just because I have all my shit out. Wait, I'll show you. Give me 1 sec. That vodka is coming for me. But this is the perfect state of mind to wield a knife. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, so look. Boom. So my ingredients out. That's my drink right here. It's just Baja Blast with some Tito's vodka. Yeah. And that's a little protein powder spill. But don't worry about that. Okay. So what I got here. First thing I got is my rice. Oh, the event's gonna cause major catastrophes to my audio. But anyways, what I got right here is my rice. It's starting to boil. Yeah. What you can also do is add a little bit of salt to your rice. Sometimes I like to do that. Sometimes I don't really care. I'll do it today. Be careful with garlic salt. That shit gets crazy. Okay, so he's starting to boil. Lower the heat to simmer. Right, and cover. And I like to let it run for like 18 minutes, so I'm gonna go set a timer. Yeah, periodically just like check on it, make sure it's just simmering instead of boiling or doing crazy shit. Anyways, boom, garlic. Crack it open. I just like peel off some of these shelly bits. Yeah. Toss all that skin into the fucking rubbish. Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes I like to cut off these edges and help peel. I don't know if you can see it. Oh my god. This camera is crazy. Yeah, like, I'll try to prop you up with this, I guess, olive oil. Huh? Boom. I don't know if you can see it though. So look, I kind of go like, and then I can peel off the skin really easy. So like the side right here, you can peel it off like that. Peel off this side too. I'm working with a pretty shitty knife, so I mean, what you're gonna get is what you're gonna get. Ooh, I feel that vodka starting to hit. I gotta get through my cutting before all that craziness ensues. Last time I was drunk, I broke somebody's glass. Ooh, I felt so embarrassed. Hopefully this is not the same. So you see my rice is starting to simmer up a bit more, right? A bit more than I wanted to. So I'm gonna lower the heat a bit and then I'll lower that down, but keep it covered because you want all that good rice to steam. If you can't see the rice because of like a lot of the condensation, what I like to do is just spin the lid and then a lot of that water accumulates together and just slips down. So we are on a nice simmer path right there, so I'm gonna leave it. All right, here, boom. I'm gonna try to dice it up as best I can with this smallest knife. I'll be extra careful though, because I'm inebriated. That's why they say you can't drive under the influence, because you can't cut well either. Don't worry about all these big pieces, because I just kind of like, I used to go back and forth. Shit gets messy, but it's gonna make some good one. You know what? I think I need more garlic too, because this amount I'm making, for this amount, it's gonna need some more garlic. Well, I'm using garlic salt, but it's gonna need more garlic. So let me crack open a few more pieces for you, for us, my wonderful viewers. Let me this to the side so it can come back. Yep. I wish I had some shallots. I'll totally throw that shit in. But alas, I do not. I only have regular schmegular onions. I might throw a bit in though. I just like to use that. Lowering the heat again on my rice. I had it on high to get it to a simmer. To get all that water boiling and shit. But now I'm putting it down because I don't want it to boil, because then it'll burn the rice on the bottom. I want it to cook evenly. Yeah. Proper knifing technique, guys. Like this, claw grip. Some people just like to crush their garlic. I mean, it's a good way to do it. Oh, you heard that? That's just some of the water coming out. It's basically condensating on the top of the pot lid and then dripping out onto the electric surface, which is a hot electric plate. Not much you can do there. Just let it boil out like that. It's fine. I mean, if it's boiling too much, you can open the lid. You can open the lid and slide the water in. I know I'm slow with this. I'm always slow cutting garlic, but c'est la vie, you know. I just gotta give it that extra cut, peel off all that skin. All right, now the skin goes in the trash. Bonk, bonk. All the rest of this stuff, I take. I don't like using some of the discolored parts of the garlic, so I just kind of toss that. You have enough to spare, so it's not too crazy. I'm holding this knife weird because it's not a knife that I would prefer to use, but you know what? You have to do. At least it's flat enough to do this, you know? Some knives, when they're small, their handle is pretty bulgy, so it'll come out. And that is no bueno, because you can't do my secret technique right here. You chop forward, you chop back, make sure everything is clustered into the middle, keep going. It makes a nice little chop, 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 chop sound too. It's fun. You can go a bit faster too, because just be careful not to toss shit everywhere. It'll get a little bit messy. Okay, so basically diced, pretty much diced. So there's some like pieces that are pretty big, but I can't care less. you know. Toss that to the side. Back of the knife because I don't want to cut my finger. Sometimes it's just look at that. Okay. Another drink. Okay. So I'm noticing a thing with my pot. It's not completely sealed, so some of the steam is coming out, which is fine. As long as it's not an enormous amount, because you want the rest to steam. But it's fine. It's whatever. Another thing too with electric stovetops is what we found out is that it takes a little while for it to heat up. So you can kind of have it heating up for like a couple minutes before you're ready to start anyways. All right. So I've been keeping my garlic. This is not the best practice. If you have a plastic bag, you should toss it to your plastic bag so it doesn't dry out like I have it. But whatever. Cut that open. Right. This side is gonna be, because this side was exposed to the fridge, so it's gonna be more dried out. I'm gonna kind of leave it, put that back in the fridge. I'm gonna use this other side. It's more juicy, more fresh, more flavorful, but cut that stem. Yeah. I'm also gonna dice this one up too, because I want to have some diced aromatics, so it gets all that lovely, lovely juices inside. Yeah. I actually forget how to dice an onion, so I mean, it doesn't really matter how you dice it, because dice is all gonna come out the same. You just keep cutting it up. But this is a nice way to do it, but I do it however I want. It smells. Ooh, it smells like. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. All the onion oils are coming. All the onion fumes are coming to my face now. I was just smelling because it smelled a little like fridge burnt. People will say I like smell shit, and it's weird. But you know what? I drove beeswax. Okay. So aromatics are ready. I do want to add a little bit of this zucchini to it. So normally I just do this. I have frozen veggies here, and then throw in. So I do have a zucchini that I want to use. So I'm kind of, I want to use it. I want to use it and just add it in and see how that ends up. Because I feel like it'll be pretty good. Oh, I mean, it'll be okay. So I have this too. But I am going to start with the meat first. Yeah. So the meat is going to be coming in first. I just need to chop this up so I don't have to worry about it later. And then also the tofu is going to be chopped up and put in a little plate. So this one's chopped up first, yeah. Let me show you. We like to chop like this, yeah. This might be too much. I don't think I should have cut the ends off. And these bigger pieces, I can go in half. It's a smaller piece. These bigger pieces, I'll do that half. The bigger ones I like to cut to fourths. Just because the type of dish I'm working with, mapo tofu, is kind of, you kind of put it over rice, and I don't like big old pieces over that rice right there. Okay, this should be enough. Okay. Along with the other veggies, this should be enough, so I'm going to keep the rest for later. Bowl. We put all that stuff in there. I'm gonna cook this tomorrow, so I'm just gonna throw it in some tinfoil for now. Nothing too crazy. And remember, whenever that timer goes off for rice, you check it low. So you take it off the heat and flip it up. So it's 6 minutes still. So it's good. Alright. Meanwhile, while we're doing all of that, our pan was heating up. I want to use high heat right there. And then can go ahead and grab our tofu and cut that one up. So the veggies are going to here. Into our little bowl inside. The tofu, I'll kind of just leave on the cutting board as well. I like using my cutting board as a little space. So whenever you use tofu, just slice open this side and then drain it out. Drain it out over the sink. Sometimes you can use like two slices to really get all that water out. Yeah. Okay. You just open it up. Take that tofu out. Nice, yummy tofu. Take it out. Just plop it right there. So the tofu itself is actually not going to be, is like a later product that you put in. So you kind of cook the meat. And we'll throw in our veggies so they can cook up. But first we need to make sure that meat's properly cooked, yeah? And the veggies. And then your tofu comes in kind of like towards the end. But here is an important part. You got to make sure that when you throw in your when you do the meat, you kind of need to make like a little bit of a sauce. So I'll show you when I get there. But I like to make sure how big do I want these pieces? I'm gonna leave them like pretty big actually. I like big pieces of tofu. So that'll be pretty fun. I know I said I don't like a lot of big things, but tofu is my exception because these are gonna like crunch up anyways. But that's also why you want to throw them in last, because if you're stirring around your meat a lot, you're gonna end up breaking your tofu, and then it's not gonna look like how you want it or how you initially cut it. Okay. All right. So my pan is smoking, which is perfect, right? That means it's getting hot. I'm just putting some stuff in. All right, and I'll figure out how to sit you up so you can see this over here. I'm gonna need this olive oil, so it'll be. Hi, Nami-chan. Hi.